Food Trail with me, Shubhra Mukherjee. I am at the 34th India International Trade Fair, and yet again this fair has proven to be a pioneering platform for the many states and countries participating, who have brought in not only their cuisine but their rich craft culture along with them. So as I explore, come and join me. The India International Trade Fair, an experience that brings countries from all around the world together, providing each a market to exhibit their traditional products and share cultural ethos. With this year's focus being women entrepreneurs, the fair became a stage for many women to play lead. South Africa, being the focus country, showcased the richness of their handicraft. Singing native songs and dancing to them, they invited all to their pavilion. Wood-carved rhinos and colourful tribal attire gave a glimpse into the Africana. Women took the forefront in introducing the local flavours. From handmade jewellery to clothes to unique colourful cups and plates made of telephone wire. Women were at their creative best. Artistry came in the form of dolls of different shapes and sizes, representing the different tribes of Africa, like the cute little Rasta doll and the large-headed Zulu doll.
We are very proud of who we are. We are unique. Our cultures are unique, and the dolls represent us as individuals. Like we said, we've got a lot of tribes, and each doll represents that tribe. So it makes it very, very special. I know it because it's our cultures.
Turkey showcased their beautiful blue pottery, or Iznik pottery. Colourful plates with intricate patterns drawn on them talked about a long-living art that is now world-renowned. Turkish evil eye charms, vintage chandeliers with coloured glass, and sparkly miniatures attracted a lot of attention. From Afghanistan, high-quality dry fruits like dry figs, walnuts, pistachios and raisins won the fancy of many, and all for good healthy reasons.
Indonesia has been progressing very well in the fruit products and in processed food, for quite a while now. And the degree has reached to quite a high level. It has been recognized by the international public already, including India also. So this is what we are trying to promote.
And on our national front, that's where the heavy hunger pangs were given vent. Cafe Kudumbashri from Kerala is an all-women cafe. They brought in traditional vegetarian and non-vegetarian culinary flavors like tapioca and fried tribal chicken from districts like Kasaragod and Ernakulam. A single platter gave bites into authentic preparations like the chicken suka, tangy kokum-based fish curry, served along with accompaniments like appam and pidi, Kerala-style rice dumplings, something that I had to try. Now over here,
I've just tasted the chicken suka. It's a regional dish from the Kasaragod region of Kerala. And I must say, this is a very different chicken preparation. It has a lot of coconut in it, and there's a very high percentage of kadhi pattas which has been used, and the flavors are amazing, seriously. And it's really vibrant as far as the flavors go. I can see whole garlic cloves in it. A very strong flavor of coconut. All in all, it's just fantastic.
The newly formed state of Telangana also introduced some of its regional specialities, their Hyderabadi biryani being the winner. Letting me into their secret recipe, they showed how to ace the taste. Dry ingredients are Kashmiri red chili powder, turmeric, green chilies, cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, nutmeg, bay leaves, black cumin seeds, and garam masala. All these aromatics are carefully rubbed onto tender pieces of chicken. The flavor is increased by further adding fried onions, add in fresh curd, and mix again. Add a dash of lemon. Layer the marinated mixture with half-cooked rice. Traditional cooking involves lining the vessel brim with sticky dough, tightly sealing in the aromas and cooking in the dum style on low flame for 30 minutes. What you will get will be downright divine.
Now this is the Hyderabadi biryani that I have just tasted, and as far as the taste, the texture and the aromas go, this is a perfectly prepared biryani. Everything from the texture of the chicken to the flavor of the rice to the right amount of masalas. Everything is just perfect. The chicken is supremely tender and the rice is so aromatic. It is so nice and fluffy. And this particular salan, which is the mirchi ka salan, again a special authentic Hyderabadi preparation, goes so beautifully with this particular biryani.
Among the participating countries was Pakistan, serving its famous Lahori delicacies. Heady concoctions of curries and kebabs grilling away made them the people's favorite. If one stall offered lavish and aromatic dishes, Bihar satiated the sweet tooth. Traditional milk-based sweet preparations like the khaja, tilkut and anarsa were the best.
The trade fair has given me a wide insight into the different cuisines of the different states that are participating in this trade fair. And the regionalism has actually disappeared by many degrees, because nowadays people are ready and eager to try out new dishes from different states, not only their personal favorites. So over here I am trying this Bihari sweet dish called the anrasa, and this is pretty amazing in taste, coated with a lot of sesame seeds, as you can see. This is very sweet, deep fried in ghee. A perfect way to end my food trail. So as I'm heading back to relishing my sweet dish over here, it's over to you, Tina.